Hey everyone, we are back. Well, it's quite late for us to be on here, to be fair, but I've been determined to get on the sim today, so here we are. And we are at Spa in the GT3s, and I've had a bit of practice over the last few days in this. These conditions look a fair chunk drier than I don't know actually. Still a fair bit of water there than what I've had over testing the last few days. Yeah, definitely a lot less standing water. What I love about this series is when you go on, you're not guaranteed to have the same level of sort of wetness, standing water, anything like that. So it's it really encourages you to have to learn the track each time. Yesterday I had one of those sort of breakthrough sessions where just touched the white line, but I kind of thought I was quick, and then saw some of the top guys' times, and then realised, oh yeah, I'm not that quick. So then I kind of sort of took it to another level and realised, oh yeah, there's a lot more pace in it than I thought. Try that line there, doesn't seem that bad there today. And there's a lot to gain from like through this, just using a higher gear, keeping it pinned. Well, as you can probably tell, it's very fun. And a lot of it, what I find is a lot of it is figuring out when it's better to, you know, go shortest distance but stick to the dry air line, or when it's best to sort of commit to the wet line. I feel like if you overthink it, that's when you tend to get it wrong, but if you drive naturally, it tends to come quite naturally. Like there, I'm going dry, sort of wet line off the typical dry line during braking, and same here. And keep it tight and get on the power offline. I'm not going to keep to avoid those curves. I'm not going to keep babbling aimlessly tonight though, guys. I've had a 10-hour shift at work, long day. I'm coming on to scratch that itch. So if you happen to be watching, enjoy. We've not got long till the race starts. I actually need to get the live chat option up on the video, which I will try and do for next time actually, so then if anybody does happen to be watching and they want to message, talk, ask anything, give me advice, to be fair, anything like that while I'm on here, then people can, and we can have a chat, which should be good. So I'll try and get that sorted for the next video actually. That'd be a good step forwards. brake really late into there actually. Fair chunk of time we need to find to get into the 34s, but we'll get there. Oops, that was a mistake, but never mind. More committed through there, I think. Oops. Bit aggressive on the brakes there, but oh, no one there. Pushed him a limits a tiny bit too much there, I think. 10 U's on. Yeah, that's gone wrong. That's gone wrong. That's gone wrong. Oh dear. Oh, you mother! I think we just thought they were driving it a bit then, lost the technique. That's a rear wing damage. Rear wing damage or rear wing gone? That was obviously always going to happen, going on the curve like that. That was nothing. I did have a rear wing. Well, hopefully I didn't have much downforce. Can't remember what I did yesterday. I feel like when I came in here yesterday, it was a fair bit wetter. I'm pretty sure we were into the 36s. So I'd say we've got, and that was just with one decent lap at the end. A 5k driver, 236.3. Potential's there for sure. Just need to stick to the technique, not overdriving it. What I found in these cars is smooth is faster. Really got to think about braking technique. I do think I'm getting a little bit of rear locking, and I have maxed out brake bias to the rear, so that might be why. But we'll stick to that because I think that's just us needing to just basically drive better and a bit better technique on the brakes. So yeah. I'd be interested to know what lap those guys set their best times on, because obviously in qualifying we're only going to get an out lap and 2 laps, so I wouldn't have thought we'd be quite hitting 34 or 35. That is a rapid time actually. 5k driver 36 is to a whole 1.5 seconds off. I think it looks wetter. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, definitely looks wetter. That's fine though. Ooh. This guy's crazy. Oh, oh dear. We need. Right, let's try and have a cleanish qualifying, and we'll see where that puts us. I think keeping everything clean is probably going to be. It's probably going to put us in a decent position. Careful on those white lines at the top of the hill. I'm going to brake offline through here. I've got a bit of stick to the braking technique here, I think. Shorter distance on entry, out onto the grippier stuff on the outside, outside grippy stuff here, good run down the hill, it's a bit wetter than practice before, so I think we'll go wet line there, keep the minimum speed up through here, up to 4th. A lot more standing water there now. Maybe run that around the edge a bit more, but that's fine. Shoot that on the dry line, on the wet line, sorry. So wet line, but like dry line around the outside. That's what I mean. Dry air line. Hit a bit of not bad grip too there. We'll see what the grip's like on the apex there. It's probably going to be the best way, I still think that.
Green, green, green.
And a good amount of grip there on the brakes.
Okay, here comes your first hard lap.
The shortest distance, George Russell-esque F1 rain qualifying first corner. I'm not convinced by the first corner, my approach, but I'm going to stick to it for now. Decent amount of grip in there, keep it in fourth, avoid the curbs. Bit of tiny lift there, but that's okay. Avoid the white lines. Out onto the grippier stuff there, wet line through here. Good run down there. Maybe actually we can probably use a bit more of that inside sort of normal racing line through there. Push us a bit more next lap. Just get a decent-ish lap on the board to begin with. Ooh, that went ideal. Brake so late there actually. Hit that puddle that side and then I mean it was slow. It was very slow. Oh, I messed up there. Ah, I messed up so much. That's an insane time difference. How are we that slow? But that's why we're doing this anyway, because we need to learn. And we want to learn from these people. It's been nice if we can stay close to them through some of the race to at least learn a bit from them. Oh no, oh you plonker. Right. I've been a right plonker there. I've said keep it clean. And I've seen those fast guys and it's thrown me off, but anyway. Let's have a look. Let's see what this guy's doing. Different cars though. Oh, pretty much dry line. Interesting. Inside curve, that makes... I was thinking I probably needed to do that. More curve there. Dry line again.
One to go. Next time by.
Well, I'm a
Line
bit
up
of a
on
loss
the
by all
left
that,
side.
actually.
Pit road is closed. No sign of this rain stopping. You're on a wet tyre. The estimated strength of field is 2,277. Let's take opportunities.
I've gone quiet, guys, because I'm just thinking. I mean, there's obviously a lot of time in my lap if I'd have, but there wasn't 4 seconds. That's a hell of a lot of time. So we've got some learning to do. Got a lot of learning to do. Shall we set a realistic goal for this race? What were they? 35 or 34? And there's some decent drivers in this race actually. 4.4, 4.7k. So let's go. Let's aim for a 2:36 lap time. Or a 37.
Waiting on the final car's grid.
We'll go for 37 lap time. I love getting creative though with all the, you know, the wet, the dry lines, trying different stuff, but surprised that they seem to just be sticking to like the wetter line. As opposed to kind of the wet line in it all, but because I know we're sticking more to the typical racing line through a lot of it, whereas I was using more of your sort of taut karting sort of wet lines, so the spray is going to be an issue as well, isn't it? Spray's going to be a massive issue. Oh. Right, we don't care all that much about fighting everyone. We just want to keep it clean.
Right side, car stopped ahead, go right, stay on the left, clear on the right, go left, there's an incident ahead.
Sort of tried to stay out of trouble there. I don't know if it... Did they gain any positions? I don't know. Oh, that's risky business, Harry. Yeah, we did gain some positions, that's alright. Now we need to try and settle in now. Can't see a thing. See more than those guys. Can't see where they are, they just cut the track.
You got a slow car on the left, go right. Car right, you're on the left, 3 wide. Right side, 2 wide.
Oh, you...
Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right. You've got some
I mean...
damage. Let's get that fixed. Clear on the right.
Are you joking? Ah, you... You can't do it. I mean... Don't apologise to me
All the
now.
damage is repairable.
You can't, honestly. Sometimes I give up. What happened here? Should I have seen that coming? No, because I'm here. I'm there. I can see him rolling, but surely he's not going to come out. But just keep coming across. Yeah, cheers. Could I just... He stopped. I thought he probably would have anchored on. Just kept rolling. Who was it? He didn't keep his brake on, did he? He was still trying to get going. Fantastic. And annoyingly, we did. Kept that corners nicely there. Getting the wobble through there, I think the curve wasn't ideal, but decent run. Clean through there. 1, 2, 3 off. We keep on track. Yeah, you honestly can't write it. It's freaking... Oh, it kills me, this game. I'm absolutely knackered. I've come on here because I've had only no time this week to sort it, to go on here properly. And then that happens. Brilliant. Freaking idiots. Well, I'm obviously in low division on here because I never do.
That's it, go.
I don't do this race very much, so I've not progressed into better divisions. So that's probably why I'm against drivers like that. But well, we're doing this for us now, aren't we? I'll try slightly less extreme wet line. To an extent, it's probably right because we probably don't need to go all 4 wheels. But it didn't look like that guy was going like all 4 wheels onto the wet line. He was just doing a couple, so keeping the track distance sort of like as short as possible. you, I've done it again. I've actually done it again. You absolute idiot. I actually hate myself. I hate myself. As if you've made the same mistake twice, you freaking idiot. Switch on. Yeah, to be fair, that's alright, isn't it? Just use the normal dry line pretty much. Right. Now I'm doing this for my own sanity, really. And my own pride. Oh yeah, I can use that curve. That's good. Remember technique and brake trace. Oops. Maybe a little bit late then, but that's fine. Building up to just pinning that, but my instinct was right through there anyway, wet line. I probably just didn't need to overdrive it and like push it as much as I was doing in terms of like getting really close to the edge. Right, drive with confidence, Harry. We're good at this. So that was a lock up using the wet line. So I've got to be more sensitive if if I'm on the wetter line, if I'm on like the dry line. Got to be very careful with getting on the brakes for those. 237. So we're already onto a decent lap time actually there. Missed that a tiny bit. Ah, you badger. Experimenting a bit with that. Almost got that. Yeah, way more speed through there. Just keep it pinned in fourth. See if I can keep it in third through there. It just wants to, it's a fine line, that. I'm going to stick to my gut there. Go offline braking. I'm just going to have to make the most of it. Right, let's go. Oh, that was slow. That was so slow. No, 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 no. It just pushes you onto that outside line. I hope I've got another lap after this.
White flag, stay smooth.
So it's kind of bang on what we got last time in terms of lap time. I am literally an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. I just totally forgot where I was looking. So I think my actual initial approach there was quicker. It looks like I gained some time there. That's not quicker, I know that. I could look at a delta, but that seems to work better. 100% works better. That one I need to... just needs a bit of consistent practice. I need to sacrifice that I think I need to stick to my original approach for that one. This normally happens, I get too distracted by other people's pace. Break offline there, then back to the race, and that might work nicely. I'm going to do another lap. And then I am properly done, because this is not overly enjoyable.
There's the flag. It's over. Okay, we'll get them next time.
Losing a fair bit of time in there. I need to figure out what I did the first time. I lost all that time there as well. I'm an absolute idiot. I have to have another lap. I'm going to have to. A lot better at the first corner anyway, I know that. I think I've maybe got slightly better conditions now. Just feel a bit quicker, but or maybe I am just getting used to it a bit more. Try and break a bit later into here yet. Oh, locked up. Time lost through there. Way too conservative through there. See if we can gain any back. Way too conservative through there. That's a real lockup. Single time lost. Yeah, 36.8. But got a lot more time in it for sure. Hell of a lot more time in it. I don't know if I lose that much time, did it? A more gentle progression on the throttle. That was way better. Another time gain through there. Nope. That won't do it. That will not do it. Throw back play. Yeah, do you know what? I think again, through there, I think my offline approach is better, and there. Cut that inside one.
Pit box in 10.
I'm not gonna lie, guys, that was highly unenjoyable. That's not what this guy did. So usual turn one, use all the exit and the outside curb. Cut that inside one. So shiny line, he's just using the wet line there. It does actually have a lift there. This bit brakes about the same. Misses the first. So it goes middle of the road through there. He's on the wet stuff through there. He was fast though, so fair plays to him. What did I do through here? Usual braking. I was probably braking too too early today, I think. All the way around the outside. Fairly outside line there, and some outside curb. Yeah, just flat up to fourth there. You can hear it in flat. Probably very, very much the same place there. There's a bit more. What surprised me is very much middle of the road. Like here, I'm going there, where it's visibly drier, and focus on the exit. But he's not doing that. But he's using an outside curve, which doesn't seem to affect it there to help the turn in. The outside line on turning, which is what I was doing initially and then stopped doing. Didn't get the good run up through here. No, he went. That was what I was doing initially. And then I've tried to go more dry line. But once again, probably should have just stuck to my gut. There was so much more grip on this bit. And he braked. He does brake offline actually. And then onto the dry line. Sort of what we were working towards that. Well, I've not enjoyed that, if I'm honest, guys. I feel like it's probably not been the best video for you to watch, but never mind. But it's a reminder about mindset, because the mindset's not being right. The mindset's not right. You doubt yourself. You overdrive. You try to replicate other people. And I need to just trust myself more, which is something I'm working on. Because if you're confident then, and you're relaxed, then the driving comes more naturally. So, which I feel like is more how I used to be, but unfortunately I'm less like that now. So I need to get on top of that. But anyway, next time we'll get the chat box up and we will hopefully have a more positive race, or time at least, on the sim. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching. If you have watched, I don't blame you if you haven't on this one. I'll see you soon.